3 minutes and 20 seconds. If I can work out for 3 minutes and 20 seconds, you can work out for 20 minutes, 20 seconds. I'm 52 years old. I'm 100% natural. I take no pharmaceuticals. I take no supplements. I take no vitamins. I just take cannabis. I've had 11 surgeries. I'm not gonna have any more. This is my body now. I have CRPS. CRPS is the most painful progressive disease known to man with no cure. I was diagnosed with it in 2013 after I had a 2-level lumbar fusion, after I had a spinal cord stimulator, after I had a lifelong on surgeries and pills. Today, I'm 6'6". I'm 222 pounds. I take no pharmaceuticals. None. Of 100% cannabis. I'm living proof that the endocannabinoid system is real. And it is. Bring all your body, bring everything back to homeostasis. Science has no explanation on why I'm healing. I would be dead if I was on science medicine. I'd be dead. I was on 9 different pharmaceuticals at one time. 9 different. Every day, 9 different. Pain, anxiety, depression. You know, you name it, I was on it. You know, when you get diagnosed with the most painful disease and there's no cure or no pharmaceutical hope, you lose faith. You lose faith in everything. You lose faith in medicine. You lose faith in the medical community. It's all just, you just lose faith. And once you lose faith in something, it's hard to get back. It's hard to get back. So, this is my workout routine. I work out for between 1 minute and 3 minutes, 1 minute and 5 minutes at one session. And I do that. I do as many reps as I can do with a medicine ball. Today I was doing my arms. Tomorrow I'll do my chest. Next day I'll do my shoulders. And I keep doing that. I keep rotating through the medicine ball, the 25-pound medicine ball. I have a 25-pound kettlebell. I have 2 20-pound dumbbells. I have 2 15-pound dumbbells. And I have a 15-pound kettlebell. That's all I need. That's all I need to keep my physique and have my physique continue to grow. You know, I'm seeing my muscles start to come in that I've never had before. You know, I never had this body when I was younger. All the tattoos that you see on my body are all within the last 4 years. My dog Sadie died and I needed a hobby. I needed something to take my mind off of it because I was with her 24/7 for 7 years. So I needed something to take my mind off of it, and with my body's pain and pain all the time, tattoos was a release for me to go have a tattoo for, I only did two hours at a time. Every tattoo that you see on my body was all done in 2 hours, except the Serenity Prayer. That was like 4 hours. That was one of my first ones that I had done. I got the Serenity Prayer not for alcohol or drugs. I didn't even know that it was, the Serenity Prayer was used for that. When I got the tattoo, people kept on asking me, how much time do I have? And I'm like, I didn't know what the fuck they're talking about. And then finally someone said, oh, you AA, we recite that, or narcotics. And I'm like, no, I don't. I got it because I had lumbar fusion, 2 titanium rods and screws in my spine. And I had a spinal cord stimulator put in, and I needed motivation when I looked in the mirror to keep going, to be like, God, give me something. And at the time, that was the best that I had. So as I've developed my faith has grown strong. My body's growing strong. You know, I understand the darkness. I understand the powers of the darkness, and I understand the powers of the light. You know, there is no 50-50. There is no 100% light. There is no... I've met some people that are couldn't find their own anus with a flashlight bent over. It's human intelligence is not IQ test. It's not what you get on a SAT score. It's not, getting enrolled into college, and this is what people think it is. And then these kids can get a perfect SAT score, but they don't know how to take care of themselves. That doesn't make any sense to me. We're at 8 minutes and 37 seconds. Google Acts 8:37 and ask yourself, why has a Bible verse been deleted? Who deletes a Bible verse and why? If the Bible's been around for 2,700 years, the secular people, the non-believers, these are people that are deleting verses that they don't want proof that God is real and Jesus is real? Because that's what it seems like. I'm seeing, when you get resistance, anything in life, when you get resistance about doing something, that's the spirits telling you not to do it. They're trying to get your attention the best of the way that they know how. Do you know that I'm not getting any resistance from anybody? No one says a word to me. And spirits, and obviously I load all this stuff and it goes just like that to Instagram. No, nothing, just loads. So that tells me to keep going. That tells me that what I'm doing is right. That tells me that this is going to switch around just like that. 9:43 Luke on the clock. I'm going to run this one for, let's see. Let's do 1812. 1812, the town of Hamden, where I live. Battle of Hamden. Hamden is the best city in the state. It's not even a city, it's a town. 7,000 people in the town, but the median income is probably the third highest in the state. So a lot of professional people, a lot of educated people, a lot of nice people. People that move here want to utilize the school system. The school system is awesome. I graduated in 1991 from Hamden Academy. My younger brother Reed graduated in 1994 from Hamden Academy, and he was, quarterback, football, prom king, queen, him and his girlfriend. So it was a different life. He lived that life. My high school life was not the same. I was injured and invisible. And now I'm just invisible. And I'm not injured. And I'm never having another surgery. I'm never, I fell down the stairs in December carrying the French Bulldog down the stairs. And in the middle of the night, taken her outside. Fell backwards, landed right on the stair, right on my fusion, bruised my spinal cord. I live with an RN, so I said, no fucking way I'm going to the hospital. No way, because they're going to say you need surgery or whatever it is, and, no, not doing it. So I didn't go. Back to bruised all the way up. Took me a few months to recover from that, but here I am. So my message to you is, if you have faith in God and you have faith in Jesus, you can have faith in God, but you got to realize that there's two different gods of this world. 2 Corinthians 4:4, the God of this world has blinded the minds of the believers so they can't see Christ. So that's the God that people say, I pray to God and thank God, and that's the God. That's not Jesus. That is that's the non-believer God. That's the non-believer, whatever God that they want to make. That's what they pray to. And you can tell a person's by their actions. Just listen to what a person says. People are easy to figure out. You can look at a person and, you don't judge by a book by its cover, but today you kind of have to. If somebody's wearing, whatever it is, but you listen to what they say. You listen to what they say, and then you watch what they do. And if their actions don't meet their words, you just don't listen to them. And you know that that's the spirit of the Antichrist. See, the spirit of the Antichrist is any spirit that does not acknowledge that Jesus has come in the flesh and that Jesus is fully human and fully divine. The spirit of you I'm talking to is the Antichrist. It's 1 John 4:3. And you put that 1 John 4:3 with 1 Timothy 2.5. 1 Timothy 0.5 says there's one God, there's one mediator between man and humanity and God, and that's Jesus Christ, the man. That's not church. That's not Catholicism. Catholicism, Matthew 23:9. call no man on your earth, no person on this, your spiritual father. You know, religion has got it backwards. Religion wants to make themselves God. Why do you think there's so many churches? Why do you think there's 350 denominations of Christianity just in America? Lots of ideas. You know, lots of them don't even agree on, you know, a monotheistic Godhead. That's in 3 persons. You know, they don't understand that 33%, Jesus is 33. You got the 33-degree Freemasons. You think these fucking people would figure that out, but they don't. So you have Revelation 3:3, specifically for you Masonic people. TikTok. You guys believe in the Supreme God. Well, the Supreme God, according to the... See, you people don't know this, but when I lived in Calais, one of my friends was a Mason. And his father and grandfather was a Masonic Bible. You know, they had so I got to read the Masonic Bible, and I was very interested that the Masons have a Bible, but it's just a Bible. Fascinating. The book's been around for 27 years and is being used for whatever. This fascinates me. I don't mind that because I'm a Bible believer, so anyone that believes in the Bible is okay in my book. You know, the Masons believe in the Supreme God. You just need to believe in a Supreme God, and they have a cipher code and secret handshakes. You know, it's like a 13-year-old boys or girls, you know, junior high school. You know, that's what it is. It's a bunch of unhealthy men sitting around wearing kilts, doing stupid stuff, like covering your eye, have to like go in. Yeah, the person told me about a lot of the things that you're not supposed to talk about. You know, stupid stuff, sorority stuff. Sorority fraternity boys, that's what they do. They claim they're spiritual, but they're not. Go ahead. I challenge any Masonic, anyone that labels yourself as a 33-degree Mason, go ahead, send me energy. Look what's going to come back to you. What's going to come back to you? Final Destination. Watch the movie Final Destination. Stand in front of a mirror, say lived. Point at yourself, now say it backwards. You know, you're responsible for your body. You're responsible for everything that you put in your mouth. You're responsible for all the pills that you take. You're responsible for all the vaccines that you take. That's how this works. It's called self-awareness. It's called emotional intelligence. It's called fuck around and find out what obesity does to the body. Why has obesity tripled in the world since 1976, 1975? These younger generations claim to be the smartest generation. I don't see it. All I see, this younger generation just wants to run their mouth and do nothing. You know, you guys you don't even know what sex you are by looking in the mirror. You know, God created humans in his own form. God created man and he created woman. God, he created them. Do you need an anatomy lesson on what a he is? He created them. There's your fucking pronouns. Education. The education system of America. Where's the mirror psychology? Where's the children looking in the mirror and saying that, oh, this is what I look like, this is what I sound like? Oh, I can look like that? I can have a body like Arnold Schwarzenegger? I can have a body like Cindy Crawford in the Pepsi commercial that's burned into my mind for the sex appeal? That red bathing suit, leaning up against that Pepsi machine? Fuck, that was a good commercial. I'm a Coke person. I like Coke. I've never had cocaine. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, ribose sugar. What else is sugar? Pour some sugar on me. Messenger RNA. Hermes, the messenger of the gods. The physicians. The physician symbol is the Caudius. Caudius is two serpents going up a staff. Hermes, messenger of the god, messenger RNA. RNA, half of DNA, half an idiot. God of Cephas, Greek mythology, god of medicine, World Health Organization logo, right in plain sight. United Nations, right in plain sight. We are a secular organization. Secular means that we don't believe in Jesus. Oh no, we will tell you that you can believe in Jesus, but we don't as a business, and we're going to run our organization that we don't believe in Jesus. That's what you're saying when you're saying you're secular. See, there's a line in the sand, just like you see a line. You believe or you don't believe. There's no such thing as secular. In the Bible, they're called infidels. So you might as well just change it from the World Health Organization to the World Infidels Organization. Or just serpent medicine. Ancient serpent medicine. How about that? Let's just change that. We'll keep the entire pharmaceutical industry because it's valued at $1.7 trillion. It's expected to grow to $2.3 trillion by the year 2030. How about we just change the name from the pharmaceutical industry to the serpent industry? Great brand and marketing. We can have little gecko commercials and little lizards and stuff like that. We can have the Allstate guy, the mayhem. Think of the marketing that you can do with serpent stuff. If you admit you're dark, and you admit that you're egocentric, and you admit that you're agnostic, and you admit that you're atheist, and you admit that you just don't believe in Jesus, we can have fun with that. I'm never taking a pharmaceutical again, so I'll help you guys with creative marketing ideas if you'd like. You know, I've got 10 years of pharmaceuticals. I've got 5 years of health insurance. Sales, customer service, provider service. I know the inner workings of the health insurance company. I know the health insurance organization. And I know the inner workings of the pharmaceutical organization. And I know the inner workings of the healthcare, primary care, and hospitals. You know what I learned? I learned that they're all codependent on one another. It's one big money. See, pharmaceuticals, without pharmaceuticals, physicians don't do anything. Because a physician can't even do a surgery without pharmaceuticals. How are they going to numb it? How are they going to put you under to do their God-saving surgeries? Why is it when people go into the hospital, they never come out? Well, most people don't. I know 5 people personally that went in for routine procedures at hospitals and never came out. You know, CNN, as credible as they are, you know, I don't know. It's hard to take someone as credible news source when they're paid millions of dollars a year to lie, you know, and not being called an attorney. Attorneys lie, you know, they call that professionalism. All I need to do is convince a judge. Doesn't matter. What is truth? Truth is irrelevant in court. Truth's not. Doesn't matter. All you have to do is convince one judge or a bunch of hand-picked juries. They call that justice. And these same justice people, think of how many of them are in this sex scandal. That's what it is. And now I'm reading on YouTube and watching on YouTube that some of the victims, some of the 250 girls that supposedly Giselle Maxwell was charged for sex crimes or whatever she was charged for, are starting to tell their stories. Ooh, that's bad news. What's he gonna do? He's already told his Magna supporters that if they talk about it, he doesn't need them. You want to talk about alienation? Watch what happens to him the next few days, in the next few weeks. Just watch. Listen to what he says and watch what he does. I want you to remember that Russia and Putin, they're Russian, but they're Orthodox Christians. Google what Orthodox Christians believe in, and then Google what does the secular government believe in. Secular government only believes in their people, and the people, 535 of them in the legislative branch. What do these people do? What are these people doing about this whole Trump thing? How many of these people are in the black book or on the Epstein list? Or have similar stories themselves? Because it seems like politics is all about lust, power, lust. Bill Clinton. You know, is this kind of hidden because of Bill Clinton and what's his wife's name? Oh, Hillary, that's right. I don't know. I think Obama needs to be more vocal. I don't know. We the people, we the 80 million people that did not vote, we need a voice. Will the real Slim Shady please stand up? 24 minutes. We're at 24 minutes right now. I want you to Google 2412 Matthew. Have a good night.